If you a victim, you should stay your ass off the internet. Speaking of victims that should stay their ass off the internet, Cassie reportedly hurt and disgusted by baby oil jokes amid Diddy's sex trap. I don't understand what part of any of this is funny. I don't understand what part of any of this is funny, man. Like I might infuse my humor in this because it's dark, but there's nothing funny about this shit. There was nothing funny about that nigga stockpiling shit so that he could lock motherfuckers in hotel rooms and do whatever he want to do and pay everybody off to get away with whatever he did. Like there's nothing, there's nothing funny about any of this. What y'all talking about? Oh, the slipping and sliding in Diddy's house. Oh, that's funny. Okay. But it wasn't funny when they brought his sons out and arrested them in front of the house. Y'all was real mad when the federale hood did that shit, huh? Cassie is hurt that people are making jokes and memes out of the baby oil because of what it could have been used for. It isn't funny to her or anyone who experienced similar. Continuing, the source addressed Cassie's reaction to a Texas lawyer recently stating that he's representing over 100 individuals filing a class action abuse lawsuit against Diddy, who we just talked about. Um, and she said Cassie had heard mumblings about the class action suit, but broke down in tears when she was informed of the allegation about the child. They continued, she is planning to take time away from receiving updates because it has sickened her, and she hopes that anyone who was hurt receives justice and peace of body and mind. I know that's right. The source went on to state that Cassie hasn't spoken about Diddy's recent arrest because the case is triggering for her, and added that she and her husband, Alex Fine, are doing everything they can to protect their two young children as the case moves forward. And here's another thing that I've been hearing a lot. A lot of y'all like to say, oh, Cassie was laughing at Kim. The only person that I could see when I researched that, because I was like, where are y'all getting that from? Because somebody commented that to me. Like a reason why we shouldn't care about what happened to Cassie is because she was laughing at Kim. Which to me, I feel like when you pit women against each other before they really know the monster that they're dealing with, they're gonna do this round kitty cat fighting over dick shit. Like just like Young Miami was doing, like that's what women do. If a nigga with money, he causes triangulation. That's what's gonna happen. That doesn't mean that they deserve what happens to them. It doesn't mean that they even really know about the abuse that somebody is being subjected to until they're subjected to it themselves. You know what I mean? So for me, I just kind of feel like that wasn't a good enough reason for me to feel like, oh, fuck, can y'all really be mad at Cassie? And I don't understand why, because she was the only one with the balls to do what nobody else seemingly could do. Not even Kim. Nobody said anything. Nobody actually filed paperwork and said anything that actually made a dent in this shit. And she was the only person that actually came forward like, I got all of the evidence you need. And he played on her top. He played on her top too many times. I wonder if she's still supposed to be coming out with that book. I wonder. And I know there's some things she withheld from that lawsuit. I don't think she said everything in that lawsuit either. So if she does come out with a book, there are going to be details that we don't know about in the book. Either way, I still don't give a fuck. I feel like what we should be focusing on is the fact that he did this shit. That's what we should be focusing on. The fact that we know he did these things to people. We watched him do this shit over the years. And I'm not talking about like the sexual stuff, but just the overall aggressiveness, the overall barbaric attitude towards other people and exerting his will over them. It's all over the place. If you were actually paying attention, that's why a lot of us didn't like him. He had to brother love himself in order for people to start liking him again. I heard about Babs and them. A lot of them stay quiet. Yeah. Babs from Making a Band made a really good point on the interview saying she needed to tell her story in order for other people to be brave enough to tell theirs. She really did. And Babs is still somebody that's still not saying a lot of shit. Like they not saying the stuff that they could be saying because they're still scared. And I'm not mad at them. I'm the people who don't come out to disparage like, Kalina, but just basically say, hey, it is what it is. And I'm not going to say anything, but it is what it is. I respect that. If you still scared, you don't want to come out and tell your story just yet, that's your business. But when people do come out and y'all want to dispel their stories or act like they deserved what happened because they laughed at somebody, I'm like, right, because laughing at somebody means you should be brutalized for years, right? Y'all are weird. Y'all are mad weird, okay? Um, moving on from there.